also.
Firefly is an AI agent which just
Oh,
summarizes the meeting, but we
all
can
right.
try to
Okay.
turn it off.
Just another meeting member.
Mm-hmm.
It's an AI note taker. And all right,
Oh, okay.
I started recording. As I said, it might be my laptop may be a little bit sluggish. So first, let me just share my screen. And first, what I want to do, I just want to walk you through a very short presentation, PowerPoint presentation. There are just a couple of slides. You can see I have just ton of apps open. Yeah. Can you see my screen? You should see Leonardo
Not yet.
HR payroll.
Personally, I'm not.
Not yet.
Ty też nie widzisz, Łukasz, tak?
Not yet.
Czyli poczekajcie. Share. Okay, now you should see. Now you should see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me just walk you through this quickly. And then I will jump right away to the system, and we will kind of replicate the path I am about to show you. So quick introduction. What is, Leonardo, you're familiar with this Kinga, actually far more than Łukasz is. But every single day we just build more and more functionality in this system. When it comes to payroll, really, what I am about to show you, Kinga, I would say the main engine and the mathematical engine is ready. It works correctly, computes everything precisely correctly. When it comes to user interface, it can be further refined. So there are some small things that could be further improved, which if you believe that module might help you, Łukasz, probably that is my plan. Łukasz would be your first contact person, a person whom you turn to in first instance, and then you can speak to me later on. But I would like to engage Łukasz.
Do you mean technically, if I have any technical type question?
Yeah, or if you find a glitch or a bug, or you want to add something or change something, we can discuss it. But then, the concept is that Łukasz would help you, right? Of course, if there is a bug, we will jump on it right away.
Especially technical things.
Yeah. Okay.
So this payroll here would meet your, in my view, 95%, 98% accuracy needs when it comes to budgeting, forecasting, etc. And it facilitates payroll forecasting immensely. I mean, if I was asked today to do the budgeting, I would do it this way. I would use that tool. So you don't need to do any manual calculations. You can have several types of forecasts and budgets and recalculate everything and everyone, etc. And again, there is the zero coding philosophy behind it. So basically, the way I build it, and you're familiar with this finance module, right? So you can build formulas and you can build your income statement or balance sheet. So this will look very similar to you. It will resemble what you are familiar with, but I just went one step further. So, but alike or like, in this finance module, here you also use formulas and you build templates. Yeah, because if you think of an employee has gross salary, then some tax deductions or social insurance deductions and tax advances, remittances, etc. So it looks like income statement, right? We have gross salary minus social insurance minus taxes, net salary, bank account. So I use this module from financial planning module. So zero coding, no need to code anything. All you have to do use bricks, drag and drop nodes, and build your templates which will be used for salary calculation, which I will show you in a moment. So I will walk you through elements of salaries, templates, subtemplates, concept, the notion of subtemplates. I will show you payroll run and what approval of salaries looks like, and finally we have a pivot report that you can use. And this is a slide which I show everyone that salaries is a complicated topic, although some people think salaries are simple, but only those who have no clue how that really works, right? Yeah, that's
It depends, because it's a
right.
5 people company, maybe yes, but with
Yeah, but it can
blue
get.
and white, color workers is different.
Yeah, so again, just a summary of some key features. It's very flexible. As I mentioned, zero coding. So if your labor law changes or rates of social insurance change, it's just a matter of 1 minute to adjust your
Yeah.
template. So it's just
In
walk in the
Hungary,
park.
each year there is always
Exactly.
change.
Every
There
single
are
year there is a
changes.
change,
Yeah.
and you can literally copy templates. I will show you, to be precise, sub
Mm-hmm.
templates by drag and drop, and then you just amended the rate, and you have a new sub template. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a breathe. It's a walk in the park. So again, because you use formulas, you have that transparency. If you make a mistake, you will find it in your formulas,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
If you
Mm-hmm.
use a third party software, it's a black box. You just enter something and then you get the result, and you have no understanding how an employee end up having this much cash on his her account, as opposed to what we have here. We have just transparently laid out formulas, so you know exactly how everything is calculated. User-friendly, intuitive interface, you're familiar with that. By the way, I actually translated the whole payroll into Polish, and the way that system is built is that if you have 2 languages, you can have 500 languages. It doesn't really matter. So payroll actually is multilingual right now. So we can very quickly make it. Is like 2-3 hour. We can make it, in Hungarian, for example.
Okay.
Other things are straightforward, so no need for explanation. And what I would show you, and it's going to be pretty intense session. I just need to give you a heads up. With this Leonardo, you can handle and tackle several different scenarios. For example, you can make things very complex if you want to, and it will work for you. You can handle scenarios when certain employee parameters change over time. So imagine someone, I don't know, change their maybe state. Maybe let me show you this evolution, right? In Poland, for example, if you are aged less than 26 years, you don't pay income tax.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But then you can turn 26 on whatever day it is, maybe 17th of October. So until
Yeah.
17th of October, you don't pay taxes, but beyond 17th of October, you start paying taxes, right? Maybe you will no longer be a student and you will become a regular employee. That may not necessarily happen on the first day of a month. It can happen mid-month. 29th of December, someone may have, a birthday, and then you have to pay taxes on the 30th and 31st. And I will show you certain tricks you could use to be able to deal with such situations. So if an employee situation changes over time or evolves, we can handle that as well. Yeah, I'm coming to an end. So just 3 key terms I will be using. One is a brick. It's an element that makes up an employee's compensation. It's like an account, okay, Kinga? So an employee remuneration can be made up of, you know, gross salary or overtime hour, anything that contributes to an employee wages remuneration. So if someone has a car, a company car, and that benefit is taxable, that car is a brick. Anything, you know, 1 hour overtime is an element. It's like an account. Okay, I will show you what I mean by that. And template and sub-template, I will show you that in a moment. So the last slide. So today we'll go through remuneration components, which I call bricks interchangeably. Sometimes I call them remuneration components. You can call them accounts or bricks. Then I will talk about templates and sub-templates. I will show you how each employee is assigned to sub-templates. Based on that, I will show you how calculation is performed, a salary calculation is performed, how you can run mass calculation, like for example for budget purposes, forecast purposes, whatever, how you can approve salary lists and reports. Okay, so
All right.
let me just jump to so payroll right now is under HR, right? We have HR and payroll. And I will start with the very basic thing, which is remuneration components, which are bricks. In other words, these are bricks. So this looks exactly, Kinga, like, you know, accounts, right? And basically all of those bricks, I'm sorry, there are some, this is our sandbox. Some of them are in Polish, but basically bricks are, as I mentioned again, and let me repeat myself, brick is anything that shapes, contributes, influences an employee salary. So if, for example, you say, if you remember in our LPG business, an employee who works in a filling plant, they are entitled to meals per day or whatever, or so if that meal is treated as a benefit, I think it is not, but let's say it's treated as a benefit, it's going to be a brick. So you can say
It depends on the country.
exactly,
Pavel.
yeah, exactly. So anything, you know, if you say your salary is, I don't know, 1 million forints, and then you can say, but on top of that, you will earn extra bonus, or any time overtime will be, you know, accounted for your will increase your salary, anything that influences your salary. Okay, however, here you can also track holidays, because imagine when you work you earn money and you also earn title to use holidays. You collect kind of days, like in Poland you collect 26 days throughout the year, right? So every month you collect slightly more than 2 days, so you can collect and then you can use them. So so these are bricks, and of course, you know, you can create them like you're familiar with this, like just accounts. And there's a lot of other fields that you can, you know, try to use, like whatever, for whatever, right? By the way, I decided to discern between financial and non-financial, right? So if you have holidays, it's a non-financial, or 1 hour overtime. If it's bonus, it's financial, right? It's income statement. Brick. Now let's talk about templates. Łukasz, can you hear us? I just
Yes, of course.
good. And is my picture readable, crisp?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so let me now explain to you templates and sub-templates. And again, Kinga, you're familiar with this, right? Because in finance module we have templates,
Yeah.
and we have sub-templates. right? So you can create templates, and templates are super simple objects. It's just a name of a kind of a contract, type of contract you may have with employees. So for example, in Poland you have regular contract, or you can have B2B. You may have a student, or you may have, I don't know, a nearly retired person. This is just a type of contract you can have with an employee, okay?
One question here, Pavel. So all the algorithms, how the system is calculating the salary, it is linked to certain type of templates like...
No.
No, okay.
I will explain this in a moment.
This is just for the how we are consolidating the final results. I mean, for the template.
I will explain this
Okay.
in a moment. So
Mhm.
first let's just finish off with templates.
Mhm.
Templates,
Mhm.
if you were asked in Hungary, how many types of job contracts can you have in Hungary, right? Main contracts like student, or I don't know, retiree, or regular contract, or B2B, or a deed contract. Just there should be a short list of types of contracts you can have, okay?
Mhm.
And this is the template is just the name. So here I have three types: B2B, student, and a regular contract, okay? Now, what is super important then, for each type of contract, so you can see I have three of them, I can
Mhm.
assign subcontracts, okay? Subcontracts. And that template basically looks the same. So sub template looks like template, but there is one key important difference. You have here a year. You see, you have a year, because if you have, as you know it, and as I know it, every year the government changes something,
Mhm.
like tax rates, or social contributions, or thresholds, or whatnot. So every template will have, for a particular year, only one sub template. Okay, so if you have a regular contract, you say, oh, in Hungary you can have a regular contract or B2B, for example, right? So then for a regular contract, you will have one subtemplate 2025, one subtemplate 2026, one subtemplate 2027, okay? And what you
Mhm.
can see here is exactly a subtemplate, like in finance, okay? So this subtemplate just represents regular type of contract. And here you're familiar with this, you have these formulas, right? Okay, so this is like a um, like what you could normally build in a spreadsheet. Okay, and what I added to this subtemplate, just to make it more convenient, you can flag, you can highlight in color some of the rows if you want to. And I added a dedicated field which is called my filter. Just you can type here whatever you want. You can type, Kinga Bodo, right? This is useful if you want to, you see, you have this tooltip. You can use this field to mark important notes, because sometimes you can say, listen, my template is so complicated. I have so many rows and so complex formulas, and I really want to just focus on, I don't know, red, or some just limited number of rows, okay? So this template, I apologize, it's in Polish, but this is, Kinga, you're familiar how you build it. You just add
Mhm.
objects, drag and drop, build formulas,
Yeah.
etc.
Mhm. Okay.
So now let me show you this. So we have components. Again, sorry, I will jump to this one more time. And then we have templates and sub-templates. Everything is slow because we talk and I record, etc. That's why it's so slow. And what is here? What is important here is that if I edit a record here, these are the bricks, Kinga. These are the bricks, okay? The bricks. So whatever you have in your bricks, like base salary, bonus, night hour, overtime, you can just add them to this template. All right? Okay. Now I'm going to open up one more transaction. So I have this template, and now I have a list of employees. Let me say I did some presentation, so to one company. So here you have an employee. And this guy, for example, what we are saying here, he has this standard contract. Yeah, standard contract. Here we say, okay, this is your gross salary. Gross salary, 25,000. What currency? And do you want to be paid weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly, whatever that is? Let's say it's monthly. Then you have dates, description, and of course you can add files. You're familiar with this, right?
Yeah.
Ja tam słyszę jakieś dźwięki dziwne. Okay, I will explain what that orange means in a second. So this guy earns 25,000 zlotych monthly. This is his gross salary. So if you go to payroll report, and again, you will be familiar with this because this payroll report basically looks like this finance report. So you can find this guy here. And here, if he could have more than one contract run concurrently, but in this case, he has just one contract. His salary is automatically calculated because he's assigned to this type of template, and this template in 2026 has only one sub template, and his salary is just calculated here, right? And then you can use your layouts, and for example, you can filter some records, like you can say I want to focus only on blah, 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 I don't know, use my filter column, let's say. I can just drag and drop it here, and you can say I just want, it's just too many rows, and I just want to see big, for example, this, right? Colored or whatever. So in this case, this guy, you have calculated here everything, right? So you can calculate employer cost or employee social insurance. Here we have a bank. This orange line is a bank. It's a remuneration. You can see number 17,372, etc., etc. And I have a special website. Maybe let me close PowerPoint, one application less. And I have one website which shows, I'm trying to switch here. And if you looked at those numbers here, you can just maybe just check this one says tax December. Okay, Kinga, tax December. You see 7,287?
Mm-hmm.
7,287. Here you have tax December, 7,287. Right?
Okay.
So for example,
I see what you mean.
so this is really advanced. Why? Because here we have those thresholds. Okay, so the guy earns 25,000, right? And of course he can have bonus. I will show you this in a second. And then you have several different types of social insurance, for example, paid, but some of them just drop in December because he exceeds in a mid December he exceeds the threshold beyond which
Yeah.
you don't pay this anymore, right? You don't pay this anymore. But of course his tax also changes, right? Because tax rate changes, right? So several of things change here, right? And for example, let me show you, we have a bonus brick here. You see, we have a bonus brick. So if I come here, by the way, that orange, so I hope you're not lost, okay? So this is a simulation
No.
of Mr. Paweł in 2026 in Polish zlotych because he earns 25,000. But what is this orange thing here? This orange thing here means that we added something to his template. Yeah, like let's say we say we'll give you an extra bonus, right? And we will add this to your template. But it's orange because this item does not exist in the template, in this sub template. It doesn't exist here. So even if you promise somebody something, it will not be captured. It won't be accounted for. And it's telling you that this item is missing in year 26. Okay?
Okay, so it's a mistake that the system tells you that you did not include yet,
Exactly.
right? This is what.
It tells you that it's great that, for example, 5 minutes ago you added a new component. I don't know, overtime recorded on Sunday, right? But if you don't have this in the template, it will not be calculated for this employee. It just tells you your template or sub template, to be precise, is incomplete.
Okay.
But if I change this, so again, what is this? This is his regular contract, right? And let me show you, I will add him a bonus, right? He has a bonus, right? And let's say I will say your bonus is 8,000. And of course, PLN. And it's not gonna be monthly, it will be just on one day, on a particular day, okay? Let's say 16th of April, we granted you bonus. All right? Great job. Save. Oh, and now it's no longer orange because it is included in this template. So if I recalculate it, I should see hopefully 8,000 under P4, right? Which is April, right? It stands for April. And you see 8,000 here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way it works, so imagine now I say you will be earning 8,000. 8,000 maybe it's a lot. Let's say 1,000 weekly between, for example, I will show you May and July the 2nd. Okay. Okay, I call it bonus, but whatever it is. Yeah, I just want to show you how this will be done.
So it's putting 4,000, around 4,000 something per month then?
Yeah, exactly. And now you'll see refresh report. So it starts now from May, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will calculate day by day by day by day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see, you
Yeah.
could open up the calendar and it will work. You see?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I accidentally discovered something, that because you do it this way. So let me show you a trick. Yeah. Uh, I just want to show you the power of this kind of thing. Because what you could do, or maybe I will find a guy who I will show you this. So basically, before I change, what you can do, you can forecast any amount with a given frequency between dates.
Mm-hmm.
Between dates, it
Yeah.
can be daily, weekly, quarterly, yearly, whatever, or for a given period. Like you can say, between these dates, you earned, 5,000. Yeah, let's say between May and July the 2nd, right? And it will then spread everything using, on a pro rata basis, day by day by day. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Now I just want to show you what kind of trick you can use. I don't know, maybe I have an employee here. Oh, so for example, here you can add something which basically means that this guy is aged less than 26 years old. Okay. And this is a kind of a trick we are using here. So look what we are saying. I'm saying I'm using value 1 monthly. Okay, Kinga, 1 and monthly between January and December. Okay. What does it mean? That if I use this, I will explain this in a second, that if an employee is below 26 years, in each column, Mr. Kowalski, let me change this, I will explain this to you in a second, you will see a ratio 1. Bear with me and I will explain what I mean by that.
Although I would expect 1/12 per month, not
No.
one.
I will explain in a second. Tutaj to jest jakiś mikrobug chyba jeszcze. Łukasz, mam nadzieję, że to Cię interesuje, albo w miarę.
Yes, of course.
Let me just show you this once again. I will explain this in a second. You will get you will see what I'm trying to explain. Let's say you have. I don't. Of course, I have no clue. I have no clue of Hungarian law, but I will give me 5 minutes and I will explain the power of this thing. Where is it? Where is it? Because it should be here. So he's below 26, yeah.
I can see something in line 60 or coded with 61. Isn't it that one you are looking at?
So
almost at the beginning. 61 ID. Isn't it that one that
yeah,
you are
this
looking at?
is the ratio. This is
Okay.
this is Yeah, okay, but it could be, you know what? It could be this. It could be this. It's okay. It's okay. This is cool. Yeah, no, but I want to explain this 26 years. I just want to explain this 26 years for you. So give me a second. Kurde, gdzie to jest? Yeah, okay, here it is. Maybe not this. Okay, but whatever. What I'm trying to say, I'm sorry, I didn't prepare this well. Że to mi zasłania. Expand on, kurde. What I'm trying to say is, okay, let's say you have let's say you give an employee a bonus depending on his grade level, A, B, C, D, whatever, right? You can say, for example, maybe I will change this to English, so we'll say you will see how it works. I will change this to yeah, okay, this is a grade, okay, and here we are saying that this guy, let's say, was a manager of level 1, whatever, level 1, between January the 1st and August 13th, okay, August 13th, okay, and then he was promoted, for example, to grade 2, and grade 2 he became from August 14th until December, okay. So here you have those grades. This is grade 1 and this is grade 2, you see? So he was on grade 1 throughout January, February, but in August he was promoted. So 42% of August he was on grade 1 and then 58% he was on grade 2, okay? And now imagine that you have here a formula which says that grade 1 is, I don't know, 10% bonus and grade 2 is 15% bonus, Kinga. So here you could have a formula, right, which just takes 15%, whatever, you have a row which says 15% or 20% times this ratio. You're with me? So imagine that, for example, in August you would have 10% times this plus 15% times this. In September you would have 0% times 10% plus 100% times 15%, right? Likewise, taxes. Taxes are calculated, for example, multiplied by this ratio. If someone was below 26 years old, then until the day he turns 26, that ratio will be 0. So tax due will be calculated as 0 until he turns over 26 years old. Are you with me?
Yep.
Yep.
So what I'm trying to say is that this is a very powerful formula. So I let me just add it, okay? Maybe to yeah, let me add it. So you will see 2 KPIs. I will just add a folder. Okay, folder, maybe not a folder. I will add a leaf. You're familiar with this, Kinga, right? Because you...
I know, yeah.
I will just call it Kinga greater than 26. But here I have to choose this cost element, right? This
Okay.
remuneration component. So look, I chose less than 26, okay? Bear with me. And and now let's say I'm saying this guy, just for the sake of, complexity, I will say he is below 26 years until December 29th. December 29th, right? Now let me just refresh it. Okay, so something didn't work. I'm sorry. Something didn't. Dobra, coś mi chyba nie wyszło.
But also important to mention is that the main powerful of this is that you can reuse it in a different employee, this formula.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm sorry. I just messed something up and it just. No, it's okay because it's 25 and we are looking at 26. You see? Let me just change it. Everything is fine. Refresh report. Now it should be okay. If not, I will. Okay, look, you see this one? So that means he was actually younger than 26, but in December he's not. So now imagine you have a formula which says take tax times 1 minus this, so that would be 0. You know what I mean? You can use this use this formula for whatever. If someone changes his grade level, or I don't know, whatever status he changes, you can just use this ratio as 1 or 0. Does it make sense what I'm trying to explain?
Yes.
That
Sure.
what you do is a trick. You just say value is 1 per month, and then you limit this by month, and then you get the ratio. And then you can apply that ratio to whatever you want, like multiply it by the bonus that is, you're entitled to, right? So you can just say, you can just use this in several different places. This template which I showed you here, it works correctly, perfectly. You could, Łukasz, verify your for example your salary, and it shows you exactly what you get, how much you get, what is deducted from your salary. Of course, Kinga, based on Polish regulations, because these formulas are based on Polish regulations. But I just want to show you now this, how quickly it works. Okay, so let me just create a new employee.
Can this be linked, or is this linked to profit and loss, to the financial part, or you have just to
No, it's
transfer
it's not.
manually somehow?
It's not linked. You could you would need to, we could map these components to accounts, and then we could easily transfer this. Because component is, by the way, component, but it's a very good question. Component is not an account, but the component can be mapped to an account. Okay. So, by the way, I have a new function here, but I just wanted to show you, maybe maybe we will create a new employee. And we will call this guy, to będziesz Łukasz.
and more than 26.
Oh no, something is
But still young.
something is messed up here. So I won't create him now. But because I added such a function here, Kinga.
But now the date you are using is in which format? It is the
date depends on which language you log in. So, for example,
all right.
if I log in American or English, then it's you see,
Different.
it's different. Yeah. But what I did here is like right now you can,
It's American as I can
yeah,
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What I'm trying
All
to say
right.
right now, you
Okay.
see, you have these small pluses here. You can change like surnames or addresses, and the history will be tracked. So you can change even, you
Mm-hmm.
know, your gender if you want to.
Yeah.
But what?
I think we already discussed about this. I mean,
Yeah,
about the name and history, and yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But
Okay.
maybe let's go back
Mm-hmm.
to this. So basically, the way it works is that, let's say I have maybe Kinga Bodo. Let's see if we have anything for Kinga. So if you have just a list of people here, let's say Kinga. Oh, we have Kinga, yeah, but you have nothing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so what I'm trying to say is, all you have to do, you can say Kinga, what kind of contract you have, regular contract.
Mm-hmm.
That would be just gross salary, and here we can type in whatever we want. We'll give you a lot, and we will
You
say
can
this
give
is
me whatever.
currency and monthly. And here what
Mm-hmm.
is important, you can have 2025 to through 2027. The point is that I built it this way, that 2025 through 27, three different sub templates will be used, Kinga. Three different sub templates for 25,
Yeah, because
26.
covering 3 years, right?
Exactly, and 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, if I
Mm-hmm.
if I say 28, look what will happen. ah, sorry, nothing will happen because
Uh,
because I
what are you doing with temporary contract, which is unlimited? You are putting some very late date,
yeah,
or
yeah, you can just put late date, exactly.
yeah.
But the way validation works, it looks at current year, previous year, and future year. And so what I'm trying to say, if you add a component which doesn't exist in a subtemplate, okay, it, like, you add something. Yeah, I will promise you something that doesn't exist in a subtemplate. It will flash orange, but but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
only but only if it's not in current year, nor previous, nor future year. Because the point is, let's say you recruit someone and you say, oh, you will be working until 2050, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. This was my
yeah, and
question.
you
Yeah.
don't have
Mm-hmm.
subtemplates until 2050, so everything will
Yes,
be
exactly.
everything will be would be flashing orange, right? We don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But okay, I just created you with this salary. So if I go to payroll now, let me close this one. You're already there. You're already here. So Kinga, and refresh report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I think I need to reload this transaction. But you're here. So this transaction, what it does, it just it just simulates, it shows you your salary based on what I clicked here, 123,000, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have KPIs and lots of things, and you have everything calculated here already, right? So now if you want to run payroll for like lots of people, you do it this way. And by the way, we've covered the most complex part already. So when you run payroll, and what I did here, Kinga, if you hover over fields, you will be able to read, what they stand for. Okay. So what we do here, this is really what I like. First of all, we just want to load org chart. So these are the people, these are your employees in the company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you do it, you just say, I want to see the whole company hierarchy for a given day, and I want to see, I don't know, 7 levels deep. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is, I want to see company as of today, 7 level deep. So, you can say 8 levels deep, load. And here what you have all people in the structure. And if you have a mess, you assign someone, like, I added people and I did not assign them. They don't have line manager. Oops, sorry. They don't have line manager. Then they they show as unassigned. But that means they are on payroll. So it's a matter of control. They are on payroll. Okay? So they exist in this, like in this payroll, sorry, they exist here. They have salaries or whatever. Let's say Mr. Daniel Craig. Okay? Daniel Craig. So if I take Daniel Craig, he has salary, okay? But Daniel Craig reports to no one, which is a mess, because he should report to somebody, right? You see the way the hierarchy we have Robert De Niro, Michael Jackson reports to Robert De Niro, you report to Michael Jackson, I report to you, and Peter Pan reports to me. As of today. And these guys are on payroll and they report to no one, which is a mess. Anyway, you can just highlight, like you want to calculate everybody, or you can say, I just want to, because it takes some time, I just want to, let's say, calculate these 3 people.
Okay.
Whoever you want to, right? And you just click, here you can just name the payroll run, okay? So I can call it Kinga is running the payroll. So this is pretty straightforward. Yeah, all you have to do is display anybody who is in the organization. And either they are assigned to line managers or unassigned, which is a mess, because that folder should be empty, right? I just pick somebody, whoever I want to. By the way, you have headcount here, FTE, etc. So I just click those 2-3 guys, and now I will run payroll, okay? And then it will iterate through. It will start with Artur Novak, move on to Daniel Craig, and then to Paweł. It takes some time, I'm sorry, like, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. Now, Mr. Daniel Craig. Remember, I called it Kinga is running the payroll, okay? And you have even those pictures here, those small ones, you see?
Yes. Yes. I could see.
So you report to Michael Jackson, actually.
Yes, very nice job.
No, but you see, you have Daniel Craig here.
And you have my picture, I think 15 years, even old picture.
Królikowski. So what is important here? We are calculating payroll for March. Sorry, it's in Polish here. Yeah, because I did this for March 2026. Kinga is running the payroll. And now if you go to approve payroll, here all you have to do is I want to see, I want to see March. I just want to see March. And you see in March, you have here Kinga is running payroll, you see? And then on top of this title, you have always who ran it. So it was actually me, and when I ran it. Okay, I ran it today. And this payroll has 3 guys. Yeah, it has 3 guys. Right? Novak, Craig, and this is the bank. This is the bank. Salaries. Okay, what will be paid. So if I click these 3, the total is calculated here, 47,345, or I can just click 2 or only 1. So if you look, let's say at, I don't know, Artur Novak, you see 24,189? Hello? Hello, hello. Dobra, jesteś?
Tak, 2 godzina spotkania mi wywaliło, nie?
A ja nie wiedziałem, że tak jest. Hi, Kinga?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I think there was a limit, so I kept talking and I think I lost you guys. Sorry, guys. But we are getting to actually the final transaction. I'm sharing my screen. My computer is nearly dead, but so I think we talked about this, right? We clicked. I don't know when I lost you. So I chose 3 people and I ran calculation,
Run salary, yeah.
and then I went to approve,
Yes.
and approve is very simple. All you have to do is you just choose, which payroll run it was. It was March 26th, so you choose March here, and then it shows me what payroll runs were done for March 26th. 26. Actually, there were 3 of them. You see Kinga is running payroll, and there
Yeah.
is always, username and date, etc. And under this payroll, you actually have three guys: Artur, Daniel, Craig, and Pavel.
All right.
And what you can do, you can highlight all of them, and you see here you have a total salaries to be paid.
Okay.
And because you can just click one and click approve, and if you click approve, it will have a status approved. Okay.
What is the difference between statuses or
No,
nothing special? Just
because you can run calculations 57 times if you want, right?
all right.
And
So
you can
okay. So
say
the final I have to approve in a
exactly,
way. Just
exactly.
to,
So
yeah. Okay.
we could refine it further, but what I'm trying to say is that this means this means basically cash out, right? So if you look at this Pavel, for example, so if I take this guy Pavel Królikowski, because you see this calculation, this is quite a complex process. Why? Because you have this progressive taxes, Kinga, as you know it, right? You cannot just calculate, for example, December or October, because you have to always calculate everything cumulatively, right? Always cumulatively, right? To understand
Yeah.
that someone.
Fortunately, in Hungary, we don't have this progressive
Okay,
salary
you
tax
don't have,
rates.
okay.
But
but
yeah, so this is good that the system knows because you never know, when the change is
exactly.
coming.
So you see this
Mm,
17,371.98, it stands for
mm,
March 26. March 26. So if you
mm,
go to
mm,
P3, this is this number 17,372. This is under P3 column, right? This is March. Okay. Of course, this payroll calculates everything, but we are just, we here approve let's say we approve everything, right? We want to approve everything. Or maybe everything but Arthur, okay? So if I click approve, uh, this just has my name and surname here and timestamp of my approval, right? So these two were approved. Maybe you can say, oh, there was a mistake, right? And maybe Łukasz will help you, like, I don't know, delete this record, and then you can say
I cannot do, can't cancel my approval. Only Lukasz can cancel my approval. So this is what you mean?
no. I mean, let's say someone ran this calculation and you said, Daniel is okay, Pavel is okay, I approve it, Arthur is not okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a record. So of course you can now go back and run calculation, right? And you can say, so let's run for Arthur once more, or change something in Arthur's remuneration, right? And run this where is it? And run this payroll again just for Arthur, and then you will approve this payroll under another run. Yeah, like you can call it Arthur only, right?
Okay.
But basically, that means what should be paid out. I don't know if this is not a fully fledged payroll module, so of course it won't meet your Hungarian regulations. But what is important here is that this payroll run, what is really happening, Kinga, is that this table, this big table, is like copy paste special values into a big table. So basically, when you run a payroll for 3 people or 5 people or 100, all these numbers are copied and pasted. Paste special values. Copy, paste special values. So
Okay.
you can now, so you have every single line here. Every single line. It's a lot, right? But then you can build a gigantic pivot table and that pivot table basically you can save layout, because it's pretty complex, right? In this pivot table you can just collect anything you want, and let me just show you. So here you see you have all of those fields, which you, of course, it's just crazy, right? But you can say, I just want bank, right? I just want bank remuneration, right? And you see now you have several different payroll runs. So you see, I ran, let's say we just want Kinga. And you see now I have those 3 guys, and this is March. Yeah, because I just wanted March.
Okay.
But you can say I want to see in this March run, I want to see January, February, March, for example. And now I can see January, February, March. And then you can say, I want to save this layout for future, and that layout which we just built will be saved. So every time you enter this, for example, who was paid what? But you can have a field here which says total employer costs, right? Kinga, you can have a field called total employer costs. Here you can build this in the template. Total employer costs, like salary plus social insurance plus something plus
Yeah.
something. And then you can have, where is this? I will just close some tabs because there's too much. And then you can have a template, pivot, and you can create a layout which you will call total employer costs, right? And you can make it public, for example, right? Description. And when you save it, for your budgeting purposes, you will be able to see total employer cost person by person, month by month, for a given, payroll run. So basically, you have everything here. Does it make sense? So this is a pivot
Yeah.
table, which literally you have fields here. So you can drag and drop those fields, build your layout the way you want. You
Mm-hmm.
can
Mm-hmm.
filter each field. You see, you can filter each field. You can customize it fully, save this layout, and if you have a correct layout, you will calculate each and every employee literally by running mass payroll. You will click this, you will
Mm-hmm.
load org
Mm-hmm.
chart, uh, and then you can calculate 500 employees in one go, right? You can just highlight everyone, run payroll, and then look at the results in your predefined pivot table. Makes sense?
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
lot. I hope you understand how you can customize these
Yeah.
things, and the most complex thing is, of course, to build that template.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you build it for for 2 hours, and then you run calculation, and you check it with your HR person, and then you correct it, and
Mm-hmm.
then you have everything you
Yes. Mm-hmm.
want. So what Łukasz could do, for example, Łukasz could first of all easily uh, import employees for you, or he could work with you on how to, for example, import salary components for each and every employee. So you have an employee, and what kind of
Mm-hmm.
components that person has, bonus or remuneration or whatever it is. It's easy to add it here, and once you have it, you just run calculation.
Okay. So Pavel, next week I will be already in Europe, in Hungary. I will look at it once again. I will do some testing. I need to, speed up from my side because in the past weeks I did not do anything because, it's quite difficult from here and I had a
I
lot
can
of things to
imagine.
do also here. So I will focus. I will refocus. Let's put like this from next week.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see.
I added even more formulas like choose, like in Excel, for example. You can use choose as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can study, because you have access to this sandbox. You can
Okay.
study this template,
Mm-hmm.
but basically, templates uh, are formats. But I can help you with this, right? I can help you
Mm-hmm.
because this is this is this is capex time. You know what I mean by that, right? You have to spend some time
Mm-hmm.
on it, but
Yeah.
once you have it, it will work for you. And then you have those bands. We didn't talk much about it, but you once helped me a lot with this. So here you have these uh, tax or social insurance bands, which are valid for certain years, which your sub template is
Mm-hmm.
using. But what I suggest, Kinga, we will just start with 2-3 people and a simple template.
Yeah,
And
sure. Mm-hmm.
today you watched
Yeah.
me do things. Next time I will watch you do things, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
third time
Yeah.
you will be doing this yourself without me supervising you at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so I will come back to you next week, Pavel, okay?
All right.
And then yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Most probably I will have some question,
definitely.
as usually.
Definitely, yes. as I said, everything is
Mhm.
easy, is pretty straightforward apart from sub templates. This transaction, it's complex.
Yeah, I need to understand it.
All right. So
Okay.
any
Are you sending this
yeah,
record?
yeah, 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 exactly. This is
Okay.
being
Okay.
recorded 1 hour 10 minutes. I won't
Mm-hmm.
have time to
Yeah.
edit it. I will just save it, upload on YouTube with private links. So no, no, no. Sorry.
Okay.
No, 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 no. What I will do, I will put it on tutorials here. Here
All
we have
right.
tutorials, Łukasz.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you
Good.
will find it here, and you can then click on it, and you will watch it here.
Mm. Okay.
Oh, all
Good.
right.
Good. So thank you very much, especially that you are now already after 10 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, I will stop recording.